The Furnace is the newest troop in Clash of Clans, and if you replace the rocket balloons in the Warden charge rocket balloon strategy with Furnaces, it is insane and you can run over the back end of the base. I know a lot of you are skeptical about this new troop, but I'm going to show you it works extremely well in place of the rocket balloons in this attack strategy. But I'm not just going to show you that, I'm going to show you multiple replays in this video, some where I use the Archer Queen, but some where I'm going to switch out the Archer Queen for the Noble Iron on the Minion Prince, and that takes this strategy to a whole new level. So coming in on this box space here, and this is very much maxed out. So we're really going to test the strength of this attack strategy. Worth noting, I am attacking with 340 troop space. Obviously, most of you won't have that for a while, but got to show, you know, what it's like when you've got the maxed out army camps that are coming with this update. Now, I am using the Sneezy on the Warden here. Like, obviously it's the new pet, so I am going to show it in this video. I don't think it's the best pet for the Warden charge. Now, it does some amazing things in this battle. For instance, it's going to pull both poison towers across the entirety of my Warden charge here, but it can also pull the CC as well, so it does have a consistency issue. Really good against red bombs, not good at all against black mines, as you're all aware. As you can see, pull the poison tower there. Even though the Warden's still inside it, my healers are never going to get inside it because it was pulled far further forward. So it is handy in that respect, but also if that was a rage tower, you don't want to trigger rage towers early unless your Warden's nowhere near the range. Otherwise, more defenses are going to be up inside the rage tower and they're going to do more damage to your Warden. So the Warden charge is coming here on the bottom side. Snotties are going to go and help make a funnel. So I guess that is nice. I really don't know how I feel about this pet at the moment. It's such a goofy mechanic, honestly, and the Snotties are so slow. But as you can see, thankfully, there's no Snotties spawning, so none of them pull the CC. And we get a really nice fireball in there. Now, I'm going to pause it in a second. So I put this down, my Warden's okay. So we've got a minute 30 left in the battle. Now we need to remember that the furnaces last 60 seconds. So you cannot place them down later than that. And you need to place them where they can't be targeted. And unfortunately, there's a lot of defenses at Town Hall 17. So generally, you're going to have to place them in the corners, but they do such an epic job funneling. So we're going to move forward. Now let's see when I start placing them down. I think I might watch my Warden for another couple of seconds. Here we go. So we got the King and Queen here. And then I put 4 furnaces in that corner, which seems excessive, but trust me, it's worth it. Then we put 3 on the top side. I forget where I put my last 3, but you might think that is 72 troop space hooked. How is that worth it? But think of this attack strategy when you use the rocket balloons, right? Usually use about 19 rocket balloons. That's 152 troop space, right? And the rocket balloons really aren't that good. They don't get a lot of defenses down at Town Hall 17. Whereas look at these fire mites, right? They are forcing my King and Queen into the base. Because 4 heroes is enough to take down a base at Town Hall 17 as long as you funnel them well. As long as you keep your Warden alive and funnel the heroes. And look, the fire mites here do an excellent job of funneling my heroes. Now, they're not going to be as useful versus the Town Hall here, but they've pushed my Queen inside the base. She's staying in there. Obviously, the mirror clone is really nice. We have the Yetis with the flame flinger on the bottom. There was my last couple of fire spirits and furnaces, and look, there's no back end of the base here. The fire spirits took out the entire top corner. The Warden obviously took out the core like he's meant to, and the fire spirits took out the left side. I didn't even use any of my cleanup troops. You can see I'm swagging them all. I'm swagging the Royal Champion as well. And this was really surprising to me. Just put the furnaces in the corner, let them funnel and finish off the base, and your heroes will have the easiest time of it. Now we're going to come in with basically the same army, but we've changed up the heroes and the pets. So obviously got rid of the Sneezy. I think the Frosty is the most consistently solid on the Warden. But have a look. Got rid of the Archer Queen entirely. How many attack strategies in the game are there that don't bring the Archer Queen? Like, the Warden's the most important one, but then the Archer Queen's a pretty close second. And we are not going to bring her in this attack strategy because I just want to do raw damage to the base. We don't need to deal with trash buildings. We've got 10 furnaces for that. Instead, we're just going to focus on taking down defenses. That is why with the King, I dropped the Gauntlet. I was using the Gauntlet in the last attack for the Earthquake Boots because I just want raw damage. But I put the Jelly on the King as well, right? Because I just want him to target defenses and heroes, take it down, and set a beautiful funnel for us. And then we got the Minion Prince. I've got the Noble Iron and the Metal Pants, because we're going to do a Minion Prince charge as well. I popped the Fireball there. I wanted it to go that direction because it was going to force my Warden towards the Town Hall. But I've put the Phoenix on the Minion Prince. Now, generally, if you're using the Noble Iron, you want the Jelly, because you want your Minion Prince to target defenses. But I'm not worried about my Minion Prince targeting trash, because the Fire Mites are going to clear all the trash buildings anyway. So it allows me to bring the Phoenix with the Minion Prince and still have the Noble Iron target defenses. Then we got the Metal Pants in case he gets into trouble. Then the Royal Champion damage equipment as well. We are going full damage equipment with this attack strategy, and it works surprisingly well. So, dealing with the CC now, it's time to put some furnaces on the left-hand side and start clearing out that area of the base. We put a few furnaces down the bottom. Yet again, they're clearing out that part of the base. And a few furnaces up the top. Now, you shouldn't put furnaces near the defensive king. You'll see this in the next attack. It's not a very smart idea. You want furnaces to deal with buildings, not heroes. So I put the king on the left-hand side here. And look, this jelly's going to pull him straight towards the defenses. The Spiky Ball and the Earthquake Brutes get some more defenses down. It's beautiful. And look, the Fire Mites are just going around the base here. I love it. It's so aesthetically pleasing to watch. Just all the trash buildings on the base disappear. I save one balloon deliberately because this is where I'm going to send my Minion Prince. I do not want any Seeking Air Mines to hit my Minion Prince. And look at this. We're going straight after defenses. I definitely could have placed this Minion Prince better so that more of his shots were used on buildings. But that's fine. Warden's still alive on the right-hand side. Now we've still got a Rage Spell for the Minion Prince. I can put down a Invis as well because my Warden's been chilly. I pop the Metal Pants ability. And look, this Minion Prince isn't going to go down. I used the Royal Champion ability on the bottom side. The only reason I used her is I was a little close on time. Otherwise, wouldn't have needed her. Base gets cleaned up easily. I wanted to show you this replay here because this shows the biggest weakness of the Furnace. And heads up, I'm not going to 3-star this attack. I know, right, guys? I actually show fails I do some of the time. Wow. Who would have guessed, aside from every single one of you who's watched the YouTube videos? I'm not scared to show myself failing because a lot of the time you learn more from failing than you would from tripling. And for instance, something you learn immediately here is I tried to run the Unicorn on the Warden here. The Unicorn got gets an extra 5 levels with this update. Wanted to see if it would be viable, but you can see Ricochet Cannons destroy Unicorns. Now, the other defenses don't as much. The Multi-Archer Tower doesn't really hit the Unicorn that hard, but the Ricochet Cannon is so anti-Unicorn that basically you can't run the Unicorn. If you are running it, then you need to stay away from Ricochet Cannons. That's why I go for the Frosty. It's just consistently average. Like, it's never incredible, but it's also never terrible. Whereas, like, the Unicorn can be terrible. The Sneezy can be very, very terrible if it's, you know, pulling the CC out. And we definitely don't want that with this attack strategy. You can run the Lizard as well, but that can also just get no value some of the time. And the Jelly, if you're good enough to keep the Warden alive with the Jelly, go for it. If not, like myself, then I think just run the Frosty. Now, we're back with the Archer Queen in this one. I really don't know which version of the army is better, but I love that I'm unsure. It's kind of cool in that sense. So let me know down below which one you think is stronger. Maybe we can do a full guide on this attack strategy at some point. Flame Fling is doing excellent work. Nice Fireball in there. Now, I'm not actually going to keep my Warden alive in this attack. I make a few interesting mistakes. The interesting mistake being just completely forgetting my Warden exists. So we've got the King and Queen on the right-hand side. We've got Fire Mites on the top and Fire Mites on the left. I'll watch the King and Queen for a second here. As you can see, I put a Furnace right in range of that Multi-Arch Tower, which was unfortunate. King and Queen are over here, but I want you to focus on this. There is 4 Furnaces over here, right? So that's 72 troop space. And there's a lot of hit points on this side of the base. But the reason I put 4 over there, I was like, the Monolith will not do very well against the Fire Mites. Surely the Fire Mites will just overrun this part of the base. And if you can get a Monolith down, even if it's a lot of troop space, that's going to help out your attack a lot. Because the Monolith, very anti-heroes. And this attack strategy is very pro-heroes. So we're going to watch these Fire Mites going across here. Don't worry, the rest of the attack is just going on as is. And you're going to see here the biggest weakness of the Fire Mites. Have a look at this defensive king. He is soaking so many of the Fire Mites. If it weren't for the defensive king here, the Fire Mites would have taken down the Monolith. but they don't, and still the defensive king is standing, even though I put a few headhunters there, because the king eventually targets the headhunters because the fire mites don't actually tank. You can see I popped my RC ability too late here, and I end up coming in with a time fail. Time has always been a problem with this attack strategy, but doubly so if you put your fire mites in a position where they can get 0 value. So I personally don't know where that leaves this attack strategy, because I think the furnace is stronger than the rocket balloons. Rocket balloons, to finish off the base, are super weak, but rocket balloons are a bit more versatile. You can place them anywhere on the base, you can use them wherever you want, you can use them as cocoa balloons if you want, you can use them in front of the minion prince. Whereas the furnace, you kind of have to put them in the corner of the base, but if there's a defensive hero in the corner of the base, as we've seen, furnace isn't going to do much, so there definitely is less flexibility about it. Maybe for now will be more sort of an attack you can use in war, or maybe you guys think this attack strategy is terrible and I'm overhyping it. I genuinely love to hear all your comments. Put them down below. This isn't going to be the only upload we do today. In a few hours, going to post a video on minion prince charges with mass dragons and the noble iron. Going to show you how strong that is. You can even use your warden with the minion prince before the recall to get some devastating results.